Greetings to you all. I hope all is well. Peace and blessings be to you all. I want to come to you all with a video today. I'm here with a diagram that I drew up. And I want to use this diagram to explain the concept of life, the Garden of Eden, and the world. Before I get into it, I want to explain that there are two realities, What we seek determines what we live in, But understand that what we are to get to where we need to be requires work, requires change. And to get into it, I want to say we currently find ourselves in a world, the reality of the world. Above is paradise. Understand that as Adam and Eve fell from paradise, so we live in the world below. To talk about paradise, the intentions of the Most High, Yahuwah, our Father, from the beginning, the intentions of our Father for us in the beginning was to live in paradise, to live in abundance of goodness. And the way to keep that is to resist evil. The physical depiction of evil in the garden was the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And paradise itself was the depiction of restraining from evil. Understand that as the woman went and ate from the tree, she fed into the ways of the world. It was given into her own ways. And likewise, the man eating after the woman was given into his own ways. But the intentions of the Father was good for us. And the tree of knowledge of good and evil was as a doorway unto the world. Now, living in the world, we live in a world of our own ways. That's to say, the ways of mankind. And to see past the world, we have to see through our own ways. We have to face our own ways and be able to overcome them. I want to go to a story in the Bible of Jacob and Esau. Esau was born first, and he represents the carnal man, the man of the flesh. Jacob was born second and represents the spiritual man, seeking the will of the Most High. I want to be understood how that story resides in mankind. And it all, in the midst of this world, what we do determines our mindset. To come out of this world is of the spirit. As the world is made out of the physical, or that's to say the carnal desire of mankind to begin with. The world is built off of man's desire. And the man's desire leads to falling, stumbling. As the word of the Father is rather a guidance, instruction that keeps us in the right way, that keeps us upright. So these two realities of paradise in the world, life and death, understand that if our minds stay in the reality of this world, we never grow. We never grow past this world. We never sprout into something lively. The spirit is of life. And our spirit has to rise out of the world in order to break forth and grow into something fruitful. You know? And we can only do that by seeking life. Life outside of this world. Something that can be difficult to imagine. Because the ways this world seeks for our minds to be so caught up in it that we cannot imagine a reality outside of it. You know? And so we are surrounded by much worries and fears and distractions that our mind cannot focus on anything else. And that I want to say that it's important to understand reaching paradise, seeking the kingdom to come, comes with the letting go of this world. As we are here physically, we understand that we have to live, we have to do certain things. But let go of a certain desire for the world. Let go of a certain desire for the world. And desire something better. Because the world is something that it is a fixed mindset. The world is going to be the world. And we can't thrive if we have the world on our minds. We have to free ourselves from the mindset of the world, which is a whole nother mentality. And that's paradise. It's something of the spirit. You know, with that comes a sense of letting go of pride that the world breeds, you know, within us. Change comes with humility. And reverence to the Most High comes with humility. Leaving the world comes with seeking the Most High. And we all have to humble ourselves to something. And that is the Most High. You know? The world is as... The entering into the world is as the evening. And the world is as the night. The entering of the world is as the fall. And the world is the winter. The transition into a low. The transition into a low form. But the transition into the high form is as the rising of the sun, the dawning of the sun, and the peak is the summer, the peak of the day. It is as the spring and the summer. Understand that the calling of the Father out of this world is as transitioning from the night into the day. Understand that the fulfillment of the calling is the day. Understand how in the beginning the Father spoke His words, let there be light. And that light served as the day. And the darkness that was already served as the night. Understand that life comes with change. Change comes with seeking light. As we are in the dark, we have to seek the light. Seek for the day. a new day. I want to get into another concept. Speaking of, and I also want to say the tree of life is the doorway out of this world. The tree of knowledge of good and evil is the doorway into this world. As the tree of knowledge of good and evil was a thing that was minimum in paradise, so the tree of life and the doorway to life is something narrow in this world. And this world will make you feel out of place or as an outsider once you start seeking the true way of life. As the word says, broad is the path that leads to destruction. As we are in this world, destruction is all around us. And it's very broad, but narrow is the way that leads to life. The doorway to life is narrow. Let's just say with all the distractions in this world, you really have to be focused. You have to be focused on life and on change, to reach it. And understand that you can do it by the strength given by the Father. And you receive that strength so long as you seek the Father. Never let the world to allow you to have a sense of hopelessness. Hope is required. And when you start seeking the truth and start seeking life, you see how rather the world seeks to make you feel alone for seeking the truth. But cherish that separateness. Cling on to the things of the Father as if that's all that you can have in this world, is more valuable than anything of this world. Because the will of the Father is not the wrong thing, but the world is. Anything that seeks to come against the will of the Father is of wrongdoing. To seek positive change, anything that seeks to come against it or cause you to feel outside because of it is not of any good. I want to speak on the days of Noah pertaining to this diagram. Now the days of Noah, the sons of God went into the daughters of man. Corruption was all over the face of the earth. And the Most High sought to bring a flood upon the earth because of its corruption, as giants were born out of the mating of the woman and the sons of God. And so, as the flood was brought upon the earth, Noah was instructed to build an ark, and that ark sat on top of the waters that flooded the earth. Understand the depiction of the world. The depiction of the world is as the earth being flooded. Just as it was flooded with corruption, so it was flooded with water to destroy that corruption. But what sat on top of that water was the Ark of Noah. And there were only a certain select amount that was on that ark. And on that ark was the animals. So that's to say, what sat on top of the world, what was preserved was life. what was preserved from destruction was life. And so understand that the dark ways of this world will reap of darkness. Seek to be above the low ways of this world that the world seeks to provoke us into. Because just like in the days of Noah where they were not watching for the flood, so the world is full of entertainment and distractions and pleasure and perversion that brings about an unsober mind, an unaware mind, an unserious mind, careless mind that only cares about pleasure and fun. We're in a position in the world where we have to live with a matter of seriousness of the things of life to preserve the ways of life. Because if we lose sight of that, then we also lose sight of our own minds, our own selves. You know? And so likewise, after the flood, Noah's Ark rested on the mountain, and the waters were done away with, and there was a new world where there was no corruption. You know, understand that is as paradise. That is as paradise. And so I just want this concept to be understood. You know, the world is after our minds. You know, understand that the struggle in paradise concerning the tree of knowledge, good and evil was minimal. Understand that if it's something we can't have, seek to understand or remember why we can't have it. Because the concept of not having something can grow into desiring it more and more. And then it becomes everything. And once you indulge in it, and you are engulfed in it, it becomes everything. Only for you to realize that it's nothing. That is if we realize that it is nothing. We have to realize that this world is nothing. As Eve desired the world, sought to be as a god, that's to say idolize. Who would be the one idolizing Eve? It would be Adam. And through his action of eating from the tree, taking of Eve to eat from the tree, so he idolized her. And the world is built on that concept. The rule of a rebellious feminine and a masculine that weakens himself to that rebellious feminine, that seeks to serve that rebellious feminine. And that, I speak to man and woman, understand that this is not an aim at the man and woman to say that this is you, but understand that this is what the world wants us to be, and seek to be more than that. Seek to overcome that, the cycle that the world seeks to put us in the moment we are born into this world, to become and to continue in our fallen nature. Man and woman seek to be lively, as being obedient to the Creator, the Most High, from the beginning. You know, do not accept the ways the world tells you to be, or tells you that you are. And in that, we build a strength of the mind that resists from the programming of this world. I'll speak more on this concept continuing forward. But as for now, I pray I be blessed. And I hope that this helped you all out. All praise be our Father. In the name of the only begotten Son. Amen.